Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn and my grandma Janet. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my vintage fashion thrift haul with special guest grandma. So I'm really excited to be able to sit down and share with you guys all of my favorite vintage fashion finds, and I love going thrifting. I'll be doing a separate video with my grandma showing you my thrift haul of all of the things that weren't vintage, but in today's video I want to go ahead and share with you all of the vintage fashion finds I found with my grandma. If you have been following me for a while, I love dressing vintage, and no matter where I go around the world, I love being able to find little vintage fashion pieces to add to my collection. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my grandma's things that she found since she's wearing this hat. And let's talk about the hat that you got first, Grandma.
Okay.
So what made you attracted to this hat?
The color, it's bright, it's happy, you know.
And the reason why you wanted to get the hat?
Well, when I leave here in January, my friends back home will be having a tea party.
That you are hosting?
Yes.
And that's another reason why you're collecting teacups too?
Yes, the mix. Well, it's a tea party, so everyone will be coming with hat. And if they please, they want to be dressed in gloves, they can, pearls, you know.
So this is going to be the show-stopping hat of the afternoon tea party. Speaking of which, we did go to an afternoon tea party this afternoon. I will go ahead and insert a picture of us in our little cute corner. It was probably one of my most favorite photo of us doing afternoon tea, and I've taken my grandma to a handful of different places for afternoon high tea. No matter where I go around the world, that's something I like to do. As the planes pass over, this Mesa house has tons of air traffic. This is the hat, and I really like it. So as you can see, it's a short brim and it tapers off to longer. So the way how I would style this hat in particular would be wearing it off to the side here. So I would wear it in this fashion here, where the back of the hat that is thinner will sit in the back, and then the bigger brim will be in the front and tilted here. This is kind of the way how I would style the hat. I love vintage hats, so I seen this hat and I told my grandma that she would look absolutely adorable in it for her afternoon tea party. And the condition of the hat is amazing, and we scored this for about $16, which is pretty reasonable for a vintage hat. If you are a vintage fashion enthusiast, you know that vintage fashion can be very expensive. And I absolutely love this hat, and the lining too in the inside is super cute. This is the first blouse that I picked up, and I absolutely love this blouse. It kind of reminds me of my grandma's sister who's passed away, and I am in love with this piece. So this is from the 70s, and what I like about it is the beautiful peachy, like light lavenderish type colors. I just love the fabric. It has like dimension in it. So
yeah, like pleats. Almost. Yes,
pleats in it. I love the Peter Pan collar, and I also love the length of the sleeve. I think it's absolutely stunning, and I love the way how I styled it. The way how I'm going to use this piece is by styling it, tying it on the bottom in a cute little knot. So I absolutely love this piece, and I scored this for about $13, which I think is a deal. So Grandma, what is the next item you would like to talk about?
Well, in my treasure chest.
Yes. Let's talk about your next item.
Oops. I thought it was a perfect color for my dress that I'm thinking of wearing for the tea party, which is brown, beige, and black. And I guess because then too it's a different style from the modern, whereas you know it's...
So you like a clutch. This is the behind of it.
And it has a very nice how you call it, design.
Okay, so you like the kind of pleat here in the front.
And the handle.
The little slit.
Yeah.
So this is from the 80s. It does give me 80s vibes. And we scored this for about $7, and it's in really good condition. If you take a look inside of here, the lining is nice and intact and in pretty good vintage condition. The only thing I see is there's like a little wear here, but other than that, if you look from far, I would be kind of holding the clutch like this or like this, if I would be styling this
Like
clutch.
Meghan.
Or like this, yes, like Meghan Markle. So you got a really cute clutch, Grandma. That is a nice nude. The next thing I want to talk about is this cute blouse from the 70s. And the way how I styled it is by rolling the sleeves up. It is long sleeved. And I love the collar here. So it's a thick collar, as you can see here. And I just love the rose print on it. And just the material is kind of on the thin side. So I could definitely pull this off like in the fall or spring. And the way how I'm styling this is by rolling the sleeves up, which is something I like to do when I wear button-down shirts. And then tucking it in like high-waisted jeans is the way how I'm styling this. And I absolutely just love the warm tones of the fabric and the print. I've noticed that the type of blouses I pick up that are vintage always has some kind of incorporation with flowers and butterflies. I'm not too sure how that works out, but I absolutely love this piece and I can't wait to wear it back in California.
Yeah.
What's the next one you would like to talk about, Grandma? Oh, and by the way, I got this piece for about $14, which I think is pretty reasonable for a vintage top. So Grandma is the bag lady, apparently. So let's talk about your next bag, Grandma.
I thought, you know, just for how you call fun shopping.
Okay,
I thought
we do that
this would be
often.
very nice because there's lots of room besides being short. You could carry it shortly or long, which is opening the snaps and use it as like a shopping bag.
Right.
So you have 2-in-1.
And I love like the tortoise shell, very vintage, and the print too, this nude floral print. It's like almost like a paisley print too.
Yes.
And I believe you got this for, I want to say $12.
Yeah.
$12, $13, which I think is reasonable. And I love how it like snaps shut so that you could wear it also as a purse. I think
Clever.
This is so cute. I love it.
Yeah.
And if I would wear this and style this, I would definitely wear it with like maybe like black high-waisted jeans and like a nice cream blouse. So speaking of which, Grandma, this particular bag that you got would match great with this blouse.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go ahead and share this one next. And I scored this for around $17. So this was the most expensive blouse that I got, but I am in love with it. And I actually wore it to afternoon tea, which is perfect for today. So there's two ways I could wear it. If I'm gonna be like in a cooler weather, I would definitely wear it long, and because it has this nice ruffly sleeves with the button. I love things like this. It has a little puff sleeve to it, and then the embroidery of it is just amazing, and the ruffle Peter Pan collar. But the way how I styled it today was rolled up and in my high-waisted pants, which is something that I got also in today's haul. But I absolutely love this blouse. This cream color is a good neutral, and I'm so glad that I was able to pick this up for under $20. I'm in love with this top, and just wearing it for afternoon tea today, I got at least a handful of compliments just sitting there. It was perfect for today. What would be the last item you would like to talk about, Grandma?
Well, big old grandma bag.
So this was the first thing that my grandma seen when she walked into the shop.
It reminds me of home.
Okay.
And because when you have children, you carry a lot of things in here, bottles, diapers, whatever, at that time. But now it's a fun,
This is your fun bag.
yeah, my fun bag.
So as you can tell, there is a little work that needs to be done, like kind of patching up the yarn work.
Yes.
But otherwise, it's in really good condition. And I love how they have like the straw flower details on here. And this is something that I love in vintage fashion. Bags that kind of just sit down, like that you can just admire as art pieces.
For sure.
And the inside too is also in
Very
pretty good. So this is an amazing vintage piece here. Pretty good vintage condition. There is a little wear here in the handle part. This is very fixable with E6000. So that is going to be Grandma's little DIY fix-up. So yeah, that bag costs about $20, and that's actually a good deal for a vintage bag, especially in this size. So show me, Grandma, later when you fix it up. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
So for the completion of today's afternoon high tea outfit, I got these high-waisted navy pants, and it's a wide leg type of pants. I absolutely love it, and this is a good neutral type of vintage pants that I can use for the bunch of my vintage blouses. And it has, of course, the side zipper, which is a trend in vintage fashion. And I love how it hooks here and then it zips right up. And this would be great for cooler weather. Definitely not right now in Arizona because I was really hot sitting in it. But it was like the perfect pairing for the blouse I had today.
So nice.
And it fits really nice. So I'm glad I was able to pick up these pants. And I scored these for about $11, which will get me a lot of wear because it's such a neutral color to match the rest of at least a handful of vintage blouses that I have. So now I want to talk about the heels. The heels is what I use in today's outfit to complete it. And these, well, let's just say, I think they're going to just be made for tea time because of this particular part of the heel. It was digging to the side of my foot, and then it started becoming a little bit uncomfortable, but otherwise I think it looks super cute on. And the fact that it is a nude heel, it can match with a bunch, and in fact everything that I have vintage. And I picked this up for about $13, and it's in pretty good condition. I'm always wondering when I get vintage fashion pieces, who wore it and how long did they have it, and where has it. Every piece that I have in my collection that's vintage that has a story behind it. So the next item I want to talk about is actually the one that I am wearing, and I absolutely love this swimsuit. And I'm gonna stand up so you can see it. It is a one-piece swimsuit and I absolutely love it, and I'm pairing it just with high-waisted jeans, and this gives me like vintage vibes to the fullest. I love the metallic gold, and I think it's just really cute to also use it as a bodysuit. And I picked this up for around $30, which I think under $30, a little under $30, and I absolutely love this piece. I love vintage bathing suits, so when I seen this, I just couldn't pass up not. The last piece that I want to talk about, which I'm saving for last, is my beautiful vintage dress. Now, it's so crazy to me because when I seen this dress in the store, I was like, no way, this is the same style of dress as my mint dress that I love using for afternoon high tea, but this one has sleeves on it. And it's pretty much, I want to say, the same brand as my mint dress because it's the same style but with net sleeves. And I couldn't pass up. This was around $25 for this dress, but look at the detail. I mean, I absolutely love it. It has little ruffles on it, and it's just like the classy length cutting right underneath the knees, and this is perfect for afternoon high tea. I will use this the next time we do afternoon high tea together, but I am in love with the detailing of the embroideries and the net and the sleeves. So this one definitely gives me different vibes from my mint dress. They're both amazing, but I love the detail of the net sleeves because my mint dress in this same style doesn't have sleeves, but I love the ruffles, and I think this is my favorite vintage dresses, and especially, well, I would have to say this is my favorite piece of today's vintage fashion haul. Grandma, if you could choose one thing from your vintage fashion haul, what is your favorite item?
The bag.
Which bag?
This one.
Oh, okay. There you go, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's vintage fashion haul. Let me know down in the comments below what was your favorite. What did you think about the prices? Everything that we got in today's haul was a little under $200, and I think that's really good for the amount of stuff that we ended up getting.
Yes.
Grandma, what did you think about shopping vintage in Pheonix?
A lot to see and a lot to take and purchase, and you'll be happy with what you pick. I am very happy with what I got, so it'll be a wear for a very long time.
And vintage fashion will never go out of style. I'm a vintage girl at heart, and I love something that is very unique. So I love mixing like vintage fashion pieces with modern finds. I kind of like that look, or I love all vintage. So I can be a little vintage, a little modern together, or styling it in a modern way. And I love vintage from head to toe. But today was actually the first time I didn't go to afternoon high tea with a hat, because all of my hats are at home in Santa Monica. But it's all good because the outfit was amazing. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys are into vintage fashion, let me know if you would be interested in seeing more, maybe try on lookbooks. I definitely love styling my vintage fashion pieces, and I get a little here and there wherever I travel, and then make outfits into it, which is like the best thing. I love wearing girly clothes. It makes me feel very nice and warm inside when I'm wearing something so special. Stay tuned for an Arizona collective thrift haul, because my grandma and I did hit up 4 thrift stores yesterday. So we have a few things that we want to share in a separate video. If you guys want to see that, stay tuned. You can find more on my blog at ILOVEJEWELYN.blogspot.com. Until next time, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Aloha from Mesa, Arizona. Bye.